Welcome back to the channel, you big bass lovers. It's DeMont coming back at you again. Sorry it's been a minute since I've been on here. I've been, when it seems it rains, it pours for your boy DeMont here. It seems like, it's like everything just messes up at one time. Well, I just got out of the hospital earlier today. They kept me overnight. I've had a skin infection since, I think it was Monday. I thought I had like a little infected hair, kind of right at my groin area, and then I realized it wasn't an infected hair. This kind of goes back about 18, 19 years ago. I was weed eating my old house in Winston-Salem, and okay, somebody's really glad about having their daddy back. This little thing can't live without me. My wife was going nuts without me being here too. But anyway, about 18, 19 years ago, I was weed eating along my fence line at my old house, and a little piece of metal popped off and popped me in the calf of my left leg. I woke up the next day with my left calf about 2.5, 3 times bigger than my right. It was just full of fluid and weighed, looked like I had a Popeye calf. So I went to the emergency room there at, I went to Forsyth. There's a hospital there in Winston-Salem. And they told me first I had MRSA. And so they gave me 4 or 5 rounds of victomycin while they were waiting on my samples to come back. And it ended up that I didn't have MRSA. I had a really advanced staph infection. And by them giving me that many rounds of victomycin with me not having MRSA, it really messed up my immune system as far as like fighting off infections. And so I've kind of had to deal with this. I haven't had a skin infection 4 or 5 years. That's what kind of threw me off when this happened. Anyway, I was on antibiotics since Monday, and then it wasn't getting any better. When I went up there on Friday, they just kept me overnight. It happens. They gave me IV antibiotics, that kind of crap. Anyway, came home to a bunch of stuff sitting here waiting on me. I haven't really been checking the mailbox. The one thing I got to open some stuff. I got some stuff from a subscriber. But the main thing I'm really interested in was, you guys know how I like the Pure Fishing Silver Feather. This right here, I'm trying to find the best way to go into this. How they got these staged in here. They always pack them in their little boxes, in a box. Okay, so then we'll cut the wrap there. I think it's the exact same reel, even though the specs don't seem to be the same when you look at them on AliExpress. I have tried to reach out to Pure Fishing, or PureLure, I mean. I've tried to reach out to a couple of these Chinese stores, and it's really hard unless they have like an American situation over here already, like Casking has, or even like a couple other ones have it over here too. But unless they have it over here, it's really hard for them to communicate with you. I mean, it's about as hard as it is for me to read the writing. So there's that, I guess. I guess we're about even Steven Plains there. All right, so just trying to read what's on this, what it says on the outer of the box here. Huh? That is Weichai Chewy Outdoor Products Co. I don't know. I guess they gave me a telephone number to call one time, but I mean, I could call them, but if there's nobody there to speak English, what's the point of me calling? I mean, they've asked me to do some reviews for some of their products, but ooh, I'm opening the wrong side. But I want to make sure if I do a review for the product, that I can say whatever needs to be said about it. If it's good, bad, piece of crap. I mean, you shut up, Siri. I mean, I'm not going to review something if I can't tell the truth about it. They're not usually rattling around like that in there. All right. Ivy, okay, girl, 1 minute, girl. All right, so this here's the box. It's a little more interesting box than the Silver Feather is. It still says DMK. And this is the 7-2-1. That one there is the 8-1-1. Or I guess it's the 8-1-1 here. I'm sorry, I got the R on this side. Maybe. We'll find out in just a second. Okay. Okay, that stuff rattling around was just the literature and stuff inside the box. All the stuff I can't read. There's your sign. All right. Little housekeeping done. Reel. What are you doing, Ivy? Reel pulled out of the pack. So let's take a look at here. Here you go. This is like the Silver Feather is all aluminum reel too. This is supposed to be all aluminum as well. This is supposed to be more, this is not really supposed to be so much of a BFS reel. I wish I could read all this stuff here, but anyway. This is, let me make sure it's the 8-1. Nine plus 1 bearings. Linear drag force adjust. Okay, they're all that way. Aluminum body designed by DMK. I'm sorry, excuse me. And now I got hiccups. But I really want to take a closer look at this his brake system in here. I really like that side plate. I don't know how it's going to play in the hand. I guess it ain't that rough. Okay, so got a lube port here. Nice loud drag clicker. Very nice loud spool clicking tension knob. Nice drag star. So it's supposed to have nice and smooth. 5 kilograms of drag, 9 plus 1 bearings, 85 centimeter per turn, which is 31 inches, I think. I don't know, I can't really do the math pair in my head too good. It says low resistance ceramic line guide. It reminds me of the Lew's BB1. See how thin that line guide is in there? Can you see it? Let me bring it back over to the side so I can try to get you where you can see it better. There it is. That thing's super thin. You see that? Yeah, you can see that good now. That thing is super thin, and it's way, here's your spool, way far out here. I'm almost worried that thing is so thin it's gonna break. Okay. It's actually pretty sturdy. I wouldn't go smacking on nothing. And I don't like that it comes out to the side a little bit here. You can, when it goes over to that side, Yeah, it comes out there a good bit. This ain't the reel when you catch a fish, you don't want to drop your rod down in the boat. It's a little bit deeper spool than the silver feather. I think this is more in tune. I think this was actually more geared to specifically, and it says mystical on it. I forgot to tell you about this. It says mystical right there, if you can see it. It's more geared. Wow, that thing free spools like crazy. Let me make sure it's on 0. Let me turn this down. Here we go. Look at that thing go. That's just me just giving a flick. And it has no line on it to help it with inertia. It has the same foot system that the silver feather uses, which, I mean, it's reinforced. It's nice, but it's a little bit thicker than the standard Daiwa or Shimano. So it doesn't set as good in your line guides as your reel seat as it could. Let's take a look at this brake system real quick. I'm pretty sure it's the same for both of them. We're going to find out in a minute there as well. Okay. That's really cool. It has like a reinforcement little red bar. Guys, can you see that? It's a little bar. It's a tiny little bar going across. It's like a reinforcement bar. Yeah, it seems to add structure. I don't see how you take that out. Oh, it slides. I see it now. It slides out if you it's a press in. Okay. There's a hole right here beside the screw hole where that bar is pushed in. Okay. So here's your spool. And it appears, yeah. This, is it, I don't think this is like FTB, even though it has kind of like a hub to it. Oh yeah, it has a lot of brake force. Let me back it back down. So it has a lot of movement. And so I guess that, it says Adaptive Intelligent Magnetic Brake System. AIM for short. Trying to see if I can. It appears this whole thing here is a magnet. Ivy, what, baby? It appears this whole thing is a magnet. And I thought it'd be more kind of like an FTB, but then as soon as I seen it had a rotor, I was like, that's not going to be an FTB. That's more like a Magtrax. But if this is like Magtrax, this is like the most like advanced Magtrax I think I've seen. There's not a lot of stuff out there even showing it or talking about it. And I've tried to look at it on YouTube. I've tried to see some other people's videos. I can't understand them when they're talking, so it doesn't really help me. And they're basically talking about how it goes up and down. It works just like what a Magtrax does. It brings the magnet closer and further away from the magnets. Now, I'm not really, you have to have like a little Allen keys to get in here to get to that bearing. But it's supposed to have Japanese bearings. And I thought it had orange seals, but maybe I was wrong. I'll leave a link to this reel down below. But I mean, I'm not seeing like an abundance of grease on the bearings, so that's that's one good job they've done. The trigger feels awesome. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how or okay, so it sets in there and it kind of locks it in place. Yeah, okay. So when that's engaged, that spool doesn't really get. Man, it is so smooth. And that thumb bar is a really nice height too. I have a really big thumb. When I put my thumb here, it's a nice thumb. If the thumb bar sits down kind of too low, that means my thumb's constantly hitting it. And you can also see that ceramic guide is wide. Now, that's a good and a bad thing, because it's wide on both sides, because it doesn't taper. Sometimes when they're wide on both sides and they don't taper, it leads on some reels, not all. It leads to inaccurate line lay. It all depends on just how much precision they put into this. If they do like a BB1, it's got good tight clearances, and the startup's accurate, then I don't see a problem with it. I guess I might put some line on it, make some casts, and just see. But I mean, you can color me impressed with it. I think it's pretty nice. You get your nice neoprene pouch with it. I haven't seen PureLure have too many reels so far. I mean, DMK as a whole has more reels. But I'm not really trying to get any more stuff until I figure out what they're talking about. I wish there was somebody here that I could talk to. I mean, because they actually, they went about finding me on, I guess one of them watched my YouTube videos about some of their products, and they went on AliExpress, and they found me AliExpress, they found my orders, and they messaged me from there. And I almost didn't see it because it was in messages and I don't hardly ever look at it. Just because I want to make sure I'm comparing apples to apples and make sure everything's the same. Let's make sure this one's the exact same as... Oh, I didn't even get the weights. I'm sorry, guys. Dang. I'm out of it. I'm sorry. I know Pine won't like it if I don't get the scale out. So here we go. Here's number 2. And this is, I think, the 7-to-1. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to find out right now, 7-2-1. It was a little deeper spool looking at it online. But I could be wrong. It could be the same spool. If it's a different spool, we'll get the other one back out. We'll weigh both of them. But if it's the same spool, there ain't no sense in doing that shit. It appears to be the same spool. We're going to find out in just a second. We're going to see if everything's still the same. I don't know. All right, it's different. The whole reel's different. This is confusing. Okay, so, all right, we're gonna, yeah, this is, I don't know what I've been sent, or what kind of shenanigans they've done to me here, but both of them is different. And yep, the 7-to-1, the 7-2-1 is definitely a little bit deeper. It's definitely a little bit deeper. Okay, so For starters, look at the thumb bar. This is 7.2, that's 8-to-1. And look at the line guide. This is like a Shimano, the 7.2-to-1. It has a big big funnel. And this has like the BB1. They actually even feel a little different. I don't have it turned around right now, so you guys can't really see. Give me a second. If y'all trust me, I'll just tell you what it weighs. So we ain't got to stop and restart. It's kind of confusing. Okay, so let's just get the weight of this first. Let's go to ounces. The weight of the 8-to-1 is 6.36. 8-to-1 is 6.36 ounces. Which I thought was a lighter reel than that, but I guess I was wrong. 6.35 just in. 6.36, okay, about the same thing. The 7-to-1. The 7-to-1 is 6.31. $6.31. And why they want to put a sticker on the thumb bar, I do not know. And it definitely doesn't free spool as good as the other one did. I want to see if the brakes in here are the same. Okay, the brakes are the same. Okay, so let's take a look at the spool. The spool feels kind of light. Come on now, stop it. I mean, this is a totally different trigger. Thumb bar, I mean, not trigger. Thumb bar. Dang, open up, you. All right. Yeah, these spools are really loud, both of these. So, oops. Let's go over here to grams. Gram. Okay. And it is definitely, this is 8-to-1, 7-to-1. You can tell it's definitely a little bit deeper spool in the 7-to-1. I want to see if they fit each other in a second as well. 8-to-1 spool weighs, with the bearing, 7.7 grams. Wow. That's actually a pretty light spool. 7.7 grams. The 7-to-1 spool weighs 7.8 grams with the bearing. 7.7, 7.8. So they weigh about exactly the same. But I mean, okay, let's see if the 7 spool fits in the 8. The 7 spool does fit in the 8. And I'm pretty sure that the 8 one will fit in the 7 then. Yes. Okay. I have no clue why I've got two totally different looking reels here. I mean, I am just kind of flabbergasted by it. Is there any differences in side plate covers? Nope. I don't know. And the 8-to-1 feels so much smoother than the 7-2-1. Let me just put it back together and make sure I mean, it don't feel bad at all, don't get me wrong. But it's not as smooth as that one is. By no means. Yeah. By no means is as smooth as that one. Hey, Ivy. Okay, girl, give me a minute, baby. It doesn't free spool as good. I don't know what happened here, guys. I mean, they're calling it's both, they're both called mysticals, but in my eyes, it's a totally different reel. I mean, I hope you can see it better. So this is a 7-2-1. This is the 8-2-1. Which one you guys like? I think they'll put this funnel on this reel and keep this thumb bar, and whatever they did with this, yeah. Maybe this is the updated version and this is the old version. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to be sending them a message about it, because this makes no sense to me. All right, guys. I guess that's it on this. That's been the PureLure, PureLure or DMK Mystical. I will let you know what they come back with. Okay, I didn't see this on the side of the box here, but it says aluminum body, AIM braking system, low resistance line guide system, outgoing line alarm. That just means your drag clicker. LDF, linear drag force adjustment. That's your star drag. All right, guys. Till next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Sorry it's been a minute, but I'm gonna get I got a couple more videos I'm probably gonna do tonight, and then I'm gonna go inside and go to bed. It's already 2 o'clock. All right, guys. I'll talk to you on the next one. I'll let you know what they tell me.